Headlines, episode 8 with your host, Eden Huff. So last weekend was Halloween. Had a really good time dressing up as Ludwig. New York City offered very many parties. I went to a rave. I had very much ecstasy, and I danced underneath the concrete sky, or whatever you call it. And I, successfully stayed in character, kind of pretty much for the whole weekend. And, it went, I think really well. It went kind of so well, that the girl I was dating actually broke up with me. I think, she kind of was getting sick of the Ludwig over the weekend. And then I think maybe, what set over the top is I woke up Monday morning and I was just like, Guten Morgen, mein Fraulein. And she was like, you know what, I'm out of here. So, yeah, I think that's like probably a pretty standard Halloween sort of vibe for me. Had a good time. Went to this sesh, saw a lot of good friends. So, yeah, I'd say all in all, like, fun time. This week with the come up I'm going to start with. So this is one, I've kind of already said this one, but like this will be a little bit more specific to me. So, or just like a little bit more specific advice, like how to, I guess. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, they see me traveling, they see me, smoking in other countries, and they're like, how do you get your hash everywhere? Like, how do you travel or like, what's like a surefire way that I can travel with hash internationally? And, what I tell them is just like, the only surefire way I know is you got to use the old prison wallet. And like, they usually ask me like, so you put these jars up your ass? And I'm like, no, like, God, no, like, I don't do that. I went on Grindr. I found a guy who said, he's looking for something, large to go up in his ass. And I messaged him. I said, I don't have a dick to put up there for you, but what I do have is some like hash rosin jars. And so this dude can fit like 8, like about a half pound in his ass, like 8-ounce jars. So I really recommend, if you're looking for a surefire way to like traffic, find a guy on Grindr or like a big pussied bitch, and see if they want to, put, go back to the tried and true methods. Like these are methods drug traffickers have been using for decades at this point. And it's like if something's not broken, don't fix it. Like, you don't need to reinvent the wheel here, people. So yeah, it's a pretty standard come up. Pretty standard, easy come up maneuver that I think you'd be surprised. You might not be surprised, but you might be surprised how many guys on Grindr want like lots of large things shoved in their ass. So it's actually like a lot easier of a goal than like maybe you think, so like don't shoot yourself down on that. No. For Run Amok this week. So I have this, it's actually funny that I kind of looped around to this. I have this German doctor or German nurse. Yeah, he's a German nurse. And apparently he killed 10 patients to try and get out of work. And he tried to kill almost 30 more. And he was injecting them with some type of like lethal concoction. Like, this is the most Nazi thing I've heard of since the Third Reich. Like, this is like, I'm tired of all of these patients, so here all fucking day, they just will not die. He's like, I'm here for a broken arm. He's like I said, they just will not die. So, I'm just going to slip a little something into like a little cocktail into the IV every day. And like, what is wrong with this guy? Quit your job. Like, if you don't want to work and you want to do he's like, no, this is the thing, I love to get the paycheck, I love to get that, that sweet nursing money, but I cannot handle all of these incessant old people and all of the complaining all of the time, like we're already we already have tried to get rid of these people a long time ago, and it seemed to go pretty well for them back then, so like really, what is the problem? Like, so, people left them in my care. Obviously, I'm not a very good caregiver. So this guy fucking run amok, just trying to kill almost 30 more. Like, this guy is one of the most prolific serial killers of our generation. Like, no doubt. I don't really know like what the vibe is for unsolved serial killing stuff right now, and I don't really know, like, I'm not like a super true crime guy, so like I don't really know like statistics on like how many murderers like reach double digits or whatever, but like this guy fucking went big for 2025, and yeah, fucking rest in peace to those patients, and yeah, I'm sure this dude's gonna rot in some type of Bavarian prison of sorts. All right, so who's winning? Mamdani's winning. Okay, don't mess with the Zoran. Okay, these elections. I mean, I'm right wing now, so I have to heed like MAGA. We got to heed these elections. Like the Dems won. I don't really know what they won. I heard that they won like some stuff, some like sweeping stuff. Like I think top janitor or something. But yeah, these Dems won a bunch of these elections for like some governors and some judge seats and Zoran. And the Zoran, don't mess with the Zoran. Okay, that's gonna be the new motto for New York City for the next 4 years. Like, I think I already seen those posters in Times Square. Like they had him basically like redone of the movie cover with Adam Sandler. And yeah, Mamdani's literally winning, dude. Like fucking he shit on Cuomo or whatever that dude's name is. It was pretty funny. I was watching this, so I like this news outlet, Channel 5. Shout out, Channel 5. And they had an interview where one of their guys was like at a rally, like he was at a Como rally. Well, he was at both, so he's actually at both. And at the Mamdani rally, like it was a lot of young people. They're really positive. They had like a really upbeat energy. And honestly, like when you ask them, like, why are you voting for Mamdani? They're like, I mean, the other dude's just a like straight up sex offender to begin with. And so, and they had a lot more, like consistent, articulate reasoning as to why they were a fan of this guy. But then there was like a capitalist rally, like a young capitalist for fucking Como, and not one person in there could really say why they were voting for him other than he just wasn't the other guy. They're just like, yeah, like, I'm not going to really say, I'm not going to speak for him. Like he said enough words, lots of words in relation to the sex offending thing. And like, yes, I'm not going to make excuses. Like he is a sex offender. And like, would he be my first choice for the city? Like, no. Would he maybe be my second or third or fourth choice for the city? No. But like, he's not that guy. Like, he's not Mamdani, and he's not a jihadist. And so, like, this is the most flimsy, put together fucking like rally I've ever seen. I mean, all those people were there to do was like, I guess, I mean, it was like a young capitalist rally. So, I mean, they went there to grift, and they were selling T-shirts and like, I guess in the capitalist spirit. And yeah, so Zoran won. And what I think is really funny about this whole thing, like he made a lot of campaign, like not necessarily promises, but like, like ideas that he was trying to get behind, like things he wanted to do, which from the beginning, like this is what kind of like shows how disconnected so much of this country is from the beginning, anything he wants to do has to get like ratified by the governor and like the Senate, the New York like local state Senate or House or whatever. So like from already from the beginning, I'm like, everybody chill out. It's like this dude, whatever he's saying he wants to do, like the free buses or like the free or like the rent freeze. There's like serious levels of like elected officials that are like all have to like agree on this whole thing. Like this dude isn't just like a freewheeling, like he can't just do whatever the fuck he wants, so this is like a key thing to know. And I think actually I just read that a lot of the stuff that he was wanting to do is already getting kind of like blocked by the governor. And so I in the lead up to this, like in the election, there's like, first of all, like straight up fuck you to these people, dude. All these people in the city that are like, you know what, I have a grocery store, like, yo, I got me a grocery store chain, and if Mamdani gets elected, I'm taking my grocery store to... Shut the fuck up, dude. New York City, if you haven't been there, or yeah, if you have ever been there, it's a fucking it's a jungle. Like it's its own thing. There's such a huge ecosystem there. Like if somebody moved, like this is why I'm actually so excited for this guy, because one, he only has a limited influence. So there's that. Two, the dude's young. He does have a lot of ideas. He has a lot of energy. And so like, this is a great social experiment. Like the amount of money that New York City pulls in just from like the bridge tolls alone, it's like billions of dollars these people make. So, or the city has to play with. So like, if he wants to play around and like try and do some little things, and if, like these big fucking grocers want to fucking move out, like literally people will move into their grocery stores the next week, and wherever they go, like they're gonna be down in, I don't know, like they're like what do you mean you don't want to buy my overpriced fucking veggies, like in Florida or wherever, like like they try and set up shop in Miami or something, and they're just like, come on down, like why does nobody want to fucking buy these jalapenos for fucking $4.99 a pound? Like I don't understand, like what's wrong with all these Cubanos or whatever, fucking like none of these business people, like MetLife Bank has got the MetLife building, they're not going to leave the fucking city of New York, the largest metropolitan major area in the United States, the retail capital of the world, or the United States, the finance capital of the United States. Like there's so many reasons why the people that live in New York City, especially like the mega wealthy, like these people have like $200 million penthouses above fucking this like Central Park, like the most expensive house that's like in the world right now for sale, I think is like 200, or like in the US, no, sorry, like the most expensive penthouse or something. I seen this YouTube video, maybe it's sold, but it was like $250 million. And it was like, first of all, I thought it looked like shit. It was like in one of these tall ass buildings, like right above Central Park. And all I could think is like, dude, this is small. Like every floor, like every, like I never really felt much like I was in a bigger space than like a hotel. That was like a hotel suite. Like I've actually seen hotel suites that are bigger than some of these rooms. Like there wasn't any like really like ballroom kind of area. Like there was no, anyways, I digress. Where are you going to go, dude? The fuck you going to go? Like you're going to go out to like where? Like Austin or something, or like to like Florida, these people are saying. Like nobody, like I said, nobody gives a fuck. Like nobody's either you're not going to be able to sell your house and nobody's going to move into it, or some other fucking filthy rich billionaire is going to move into it. Like same thing with these grocery stores, same thing with these whatever other businesses. I don't know, some old retirees, like some, snowbirds flock down to Florida a little sooner and got to deal with that. Oh, I also saw that fucking the governor said that the governor of Texas said he was going to impose 100% tariff on New Yorkers that leave the city. Like he's literally like not that this like I think this dude's handicapped. So not that this like handicapped like he's like not that this handicapped ass dude is a very smart guy anyways, like, but he's basically just like, oh, like Republicans like me that also hate Mamdani and have a lot of money, you're leaving New York City because he got elected. Yeah, we're gonna fucking tariff you when you come here. Because what? Like they didn't do a good enough job not getting him elected. Like these people like literally tried to not get him elected. Like they voted, not for him and probably spent some of these people like millions of dollars to like have him not be elected. And then they try and pull up in Texas, and the governor's just like, nah, not in my fucking neck of the woods. Like y'all are gonna have to pay a tax. Like we're gonna get the city folk tax. And you're like, why? Like we support all the same shit that you do. And he's like, just you do better. Like next time, do better. Next time, do it like how we do it and rig these fucking elections. And then you can come to Texas if you want after you get the governor that you want or the mayor that you want in the fucking off. I don't even know, dude. It confounds me. But anyways, don't mess with the Zoran. Okay, so that's going to be NYPD's new motto. Don't mess with the Zoran. Look out for Mamdani. I don't know. I think it's one of those. Yeah. So he's winning. Also, dude, Dubai slaves are fucking winning. Okay, so like this has been like a long running joke. Is like people are like, yeah, like Dubai looks cool, but like they use slaves to build that shit, right? Like the first time I heard that, I was like, what? I was like, okay. I like Google it, and I was like, this is dark. Like this got they're like my bro, you just don't look over there. Like my sheik, my bro, they're talking about reporting about our slaves in the media. And he was like, don't worry, like just get the police, like buy the police a bunch of Lamborghinis and like give them like my old Bugatti. And we'll have that be like the new press release. Like all we have to do is just do like a media cycle is only 72 hours, my bro. Like do not worry. Like we'll be playing with our cheetahs. We'll be racing our cheetahs again in no time. I mean, they never stop the cheetah racing. Like obviously, like that's I mean, the most far-fetched part of this whole bit so far is that to imply that the sheik ever stops racing cheetahs is just, I mean, honestly, I'm probably going to be banned from Dubai after this for even saying that. So, I don't know. Qatar, hopefully I'm still good there, but that's one way or another. I got to get to this oil money shit. So, but anyways, these Dubai slaves, dude, they're fucking winning. So they just changed the laws there. And they are like, because they're like, so they, like I said, this shit was dark. Like they had some really dark shit. They like wouldn't let these people move. Like you were like an indentured servitude would be a stretch, and you had to do exactly what your employer, like you couldn't leave the company, you couldn't leave the country, you had like no employment rights. Which I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? It's like in a modern world, like what, like how they're just like, you don't get in the fucking water. Like you don't, like that's just how this works. Like either you work or you go into the desert. Like there is only two options in Abu fucking Dhabi or like Dubai, work or desert. And so yeah, they're like want to be more progressive. They're building all these, they never stop building. They never stop building these buildings. But I guess they've decided that they have enough money and they can start to give human rights back. They're just like, dude, all these fucking, like all these stinking human rights, like, groups want us to stop violating them. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm trying to host FIFA 2035. Like, if we're going to do FIFA 2035, we can't have any more of this slave nonsense. So, they're modernizing. Yeah. I don't know. You can look it up if you're more interested in that. But Dubai slaves are winning. Dubai slaves are out. They can, I guess, they're getting passports and can leave the country and like go back to see their wife and children, or whatever it is freed Middle Eastern slaves do. I hope that they are free to do it quickly and hopefully get a check. Hopefully, they have enough money that they could cut them like our bad, bro. Like, don't worry, no harm, no foul. We give you a little fucking, like, you want the Bugatti? No surprise. Fucking, I called this shit when I first saw this. I saw that there's men roving around with vests, bulletproof vests, and guns and masks, and they're abducting immigrants, women, children. A lot of times, like now, it's like up to almost 200 cases of U.S. citizens. Just pulling them into vans and like in broad daylight, like unmarked vans with sometimes like the license plates covered, which like violates state law, and they're like this like rotating kind of like gang that's like even slipping out, like they're going to Enterprise like every other day, to get a new whip to like pull this flippity flip on. And so like so the FBI just put out a warning that said people are utilizing, and like if you film them and you're like, where are you taking my loved one? Like, where are you taking my loved one? And they're just like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, you're interrupting a fucking federal investigation. Just like, fucking tear gas. So who would have thought that people would start using that to roll around in mass with guns and bulletproof vests and fake badges and just start abducting people in broad daylight? Like, who would have thought that? Like when you first heard that people were setting up fake immigration checkpoints, probably maybe it kind of crossed your mind a little bit then, but now the FBI is saying, so watch out. Apparently there's masked men rolling around, going into our communities, and they're abducting people in broad daylight, pulling them into unmarked vehicles. But these guys are these are the bad guys. So there's good guys doing it, because like I said, I'm right wing now. So there's a good group of guys that are doing it, like the Patriots, who are just getting all the bad immigrants out. And then there's the bad guys who are doing it, and apparently they're sexually assaulting women. They are robbing people. They're kidnapping people. I guess the list goes on. And it's literally now a national federal crime epidemic of people rolling around impersonating ICE agents. So like, I don't even know what the advice is. You know what I mean? Like, what's the advice? Because the federal government's like, look, if these guys who don't have to identify themselves roll up on you, and even if you're a U.S. citizen and you can prove your citizenship, and they don't have a warrant, and they do a no knock, and they blow your fucking door in, and they come in the middle of the night, or they just snatch you out of your car, they smash your window in your face, break it, put a gun in your face, throw you on the ground, break your ribs, put you in the back of a fucking a paddy wagon or whatever, like those are those guys are good guys. So like, do whatever they say at any time. Like, comply. Like, if you don't comply, like if you even throw like a sandwich at one of them, we're gonna try to fucking prosecute you on a federal level for assault. So comply. But there's this other demo of guys who is not identifying themselves and doing the same thing. But if they take your wife or mother or loved one or friend or anything, like, shoot them dead in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Like, if those people can't actually properly identify that they're one of these actually non-identifying themselves masked men, shoot them fucking dead. You know what I mean? Or like, well, I don't know. I don't know what the FBI's official policy is on that. You know, it's like, maybe it's like, depends on the state you're in. You know, they're like, if you're in California, run. If you're in fucking Texas, shoot them dead. But not our guys. Only the bad guys. Like how do we tell? I don't know. Like, could there be any way that we could solve this crisis? Like, could there be any way that we could like make solve this? Like, no. Like, not at all. Like, we need to get, I mean, obviously, we need to get all the immigrants out. And obviously, we have these leftist terrorists doing things like throwing sandwiches and like obstructing ICE vehicles, like with their physical body. So we need to have them in masks, and we need to have it so they don't have to follow like any type of standard like policing guidelines as far as like universal vehicles or like identifying like badging of any kind. Like, we can't have that happen. So watch your fucking back. So I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what advice I can give you, because I feel like it's only a matter of time before one of these guys gets shot or one of these ICE agents gets shot, doing the exact same, because they're doing the same activities, you know. So at one point something's got to give, and yeah, I don't know. I hope that it's the right bad guy for whoever shoots them is I guess all I can say about that. So yeah, no fucking surprise. No, absolutely no surprise there, sadly. It's a sad one. The news has been a little sad lately. I mean, this one's good though. This is who's down. Dick Cheney's literally down in the ground. The dude that Bush couldn't take out with a fucking hunting rifle in the woods and wherever, I think he survived like 3 heart transplants. Like, I think the last one was like a pig's heart. Like, they just were like they're looking at his fucking chest x-ray, and they're like, yeah, we have like a perfect like blood type and perfect donor or whatever. And then he was like, put a pig heart in me. And they're like, what? And he's like, I want it to be like, and they're like, that's crazy, Mr. Cheney. Like, there's no way we do that. And he's just like, do it. And then they looked and they're like, whoa, actually, this is a better fit. Like, this is weird. And so, yeah, I think the last heart transplant was a pig's heart. And so he's dead. He died. He's down. He's officially down in the ground. If you don't know anything about Dick Cheney, he's like a war profiteer. I think he's like Bush's vice president or something like that. He was up there. He was that, or like the Secretary of War. I think he's the vice president. I don't know. I don't really know. I was a kid. I was a little kid, but I do know that he kept us involved in pulled us into through you know, his political advice into the Iraq War and rebuilding the countries and directly profiteering off of it. I mean, he's basically Nicolas Cage in that movie where he's a War Dogs. Wait, no, not War Dogs. He's basically, fuck, I can't remember what the movie is, but there's a Nicolas Cage movie where he's a arms trafficker. It's pretty good. And yeah. He's dead. He's down. Super down. Hemp farmers. This is breaking. This is breaking now. I don't even know what to call them, hemp farmers anymore. So THCA, if you don't know, there's been a loophole in the law that's been allowing people to do, and they also do crazy scammy shit too. But like, you can sell THCA, like THCA, which is just because technically in that form, without the heat, it's non-psychoactive, right? So the Farm Bill had this crazy loophole that allowed people to grow weed, and then like all weed, like, you know, like the average weed is like 90, like when it's done curing, it's like 95% THC anyways, like THCA, sorry. Of the, like, say it's like 20%, 20 or 30%, 90% of that is already THCA because it's fresh weed. So then it's only like the other like 5%, 5 to 10%. And so this is just weed, right? So weed has been being able to be sold legally at like gas stations everywhere in the country. Like only some places that kind of like outlawed it, but like vape carts. And then also too, hella people just were running up, like people were putting like live rosin and calling it THCA, which like it has to be decarb. So, you know, I'm throwing no, I'm no, I'm not throwing anybody into the bus here in this because I'm right wing now, so but the Republicans threw him under the bus, and yeah, so like fuck, you know, like well, what no, whatever. But anyways, I don't know what the line is. I have to wait. I have to wait for the official take. But what I can say is that they just changed the laws for the USDA to remove any THC or THCO, THC derivative from the Hemp Farm Bill Act, and they're only going to allow CBD products. So no more of these like Jungle Boys, or sorry, not Jungle Boys, but like cookies packs that were like grown in Kentucky and tested in like week 4 and are in no way actually like THCA even underneath the percentage that they need to be by the time, or like THC, sorry, underneath the percentage that they need to be by the time they get to consumer. Yeah, they're all going out of business. And I mean, this could also kind of parlay into like they're like boo-hoo, because like they're boo-hooing, you know, it's like, they're like, I was like, I did everything right. Like I crossed all my T's, I dotted all my I's. This is a $20 billion business. Like they're ruining me and my family's livelihood. It's like, bro, you sold weed through a loophole and cheated the system by manipulating test results so you could trap it the fuck out and then deliver weed to gas stations that look like candy pack that kids could smoke. Like these people are so fucking like, I don't know, you know, I don't really have much sympathy for them, but I think like prices going up, you know, so like if you are in the weed game, I would assume like pack prices going up, baby. You know, it's like people still be needing to buy weed, and now that they can't go to the gas station and liquor store anymore, like, you know, start trapping, like get that fucking gay dude's fucking ass filled with them zips, you know what I mean? Hop on the plane, and it's time to fucking start pulling up in those emerging markets, as we call them. So they're down. They're super down. Who's boo-hooing? Millie Brown, that chick from she's like an adult now, so like it's fine. That girl though, that chick from Stranger Things, and like, so I've heard that she's a diva. I've heard that, and it's actually weird. There's some other thing going on too with the dude. I don't know, the guy who plays like the sheriff in the show. I don't even know that guy's name. He played Hellboy or whatever. The guy who's the sheriff, I guess she filed a complaint that he had been bullying her. Like he had been bullying her on set, for which I don't even know what that means. Like they try to ask everybody at Netflix about it, and like they're real hush hush over there. Like they're very like, you know, like, oh, you know, like we're dealing with it. Like we're aware that there is a complaint and we're dealing with it internally, and it was before the filming of the most recent season, so obviously they worked out whatever it was. David something, I think his name is. But yeah, she put a complaint. She said that he was bullying her, and like, I mean, these are Reddit armchair speculators we're talking about here, because nobody over there will say anything. But the Reddit armchair speculators, they were saying that it has been reported that she was a diva. So like, you know, like what, you know, maybe the bullying situation is like him just being like, why don't you do your job? You know what I mean? Just like, hey, you used to be a child, you know, now you're an adult. Stop sucking at your job and just come to work or whatever. And she's like, he's fucking bullying me. And it makes me think even more so, because this article, it's like, so she's complaining to the tabloids about how mean the tabloids are. Let's see. I gotta actually bring this up. This is actually one that it's I think relevant, that I actually get the quotes up for her, because she was boo-hooing so hard. Okay, what we got? Okay. So they say, she was saying it comes from, she was feeling very insecure. She feels bullied from the constant criticism from the tabloids. She said from a picture of her, they were just dissecting her face, saying, which she's now 21. They're saying that she looks like 60, which I'm looking at this picture right now. Like actually the one that they're talking about, like, I don't know if it's a makeuping issue or whatever, because like there's a couple pictures on here and like one of them she looks like 21 or whatever, but then this one she like low key looks kind of like she be looking like kind of like 60, you know, so at least 50. She's, you know, she's pushing 40 in this. She's 21 going on 40 kind of in this photo, like low key. So and she's clapping back. All right. So she's boo-hooing and she's clapping back. She said in this interview, she said, first of all, like, they're like, so how do you like filming with David, whatever his name is, on the Stranger Things? Like, how is the new season? Like, how's the press run going? Like, good to have you back in our chair. And she said, I want to take a moment to address something that I think is bigger than just me. Something that affects every young woman who grows up under public scrutiny. Okay. What, 10 women? Okay, like how many, 1,000 women? How many women are we talking about here that is this demographic that can relate to this, you know, that are just like the ScarJos of the world, like the you know, the in vogue model this year, or you know, whatever, the Zendayas, you know, it's like, what are they like? I'm speaking for them. Like, this affects all 20,000 of these young women in the whole world, you know, like all 200 of them, like, and it's unfair. Like, it's unfair that the fucking tabloids are like, you know, making jokes. I started this industry when I was 10 years old. I grew up in front of these are the quotes from her. I grew up in front of the world, and for some reason people can't seem to grow with me. Instead, they act like I'm supposed to stay frozen in time. And because I don't, I'm now a target. This chick is delusional. Like, do you hear how delusional and egotistical this person is? Like, how can you be, first of all, you're rich and famous. Like, if you knew anything about being rich and famous, like, at all, like, I mean, obviously this is a bit of a parenting issue or whatever, but I don't think like she's looking back at her parents and are just like, why did you put me and make me the star of a like multi-million-dollar grossing franchise that then put me on a trajectory to then, you know, like make millions and millions of dollars in all these other movies, you know, just for the fucking tabloids to say I look older than I am, like, just for the fucking, you know, like media takeout to be like mean, you know, like, what the fuck, you know, like, I mean, I grew up in the public eye. Like, I've been a child, like I'm growing up now, and like, just stop it. Like, why can't you guys just be nice to me? Like, do you not remember Britney Spears, like, chick, like, this, the tabloids drove her to shaving her head and like getting drunk and doing donuts with her baby or whatever. Like, I don't even remember, like, dude, the tabloids drove Michael Jackson white. Like, that's how fucking crazy media takeout is. Like Michael Jackson was black when he started. And if you don't know that, Michael Jackson was a black guy, like a black kid when he started in his music career. And then the media was so just like, yeah, like, he's cool and all. But, you know, like, he is a black man. And then he was like, what? Like, fuck, you know, like, not for long, like, tee-hee. And then they bullied him white. So, So cry me a fucking river, like Millie Bobby Brown. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the price you pay. Like, you signed a contract with the media devil. Like you signed a contract with the TMZ fucking whatever that little guy is, that little man, you know, the little tiny guy that runs TMZ. I think TMZ is still a thing. The little tiny man that runs TMZ is basically the devil. So I think he's, I don't know. I don't want to speak on that. So he's yeah, he's who you signed on for. Like, you agreed for this show when you agreed to do that show, and this show is not always nice. And like, you know what I say about like cyberbullying and like some of these other things is just kind of like, damn, like, if like I had some kids and they're being cyberbullied, like, I know it gets to some extremes. But the first step I would take is like, you know, like, let's get rid of the media, you know. And I know people say you can't get, like, they can't get rid of the phones. Like, they can't get off of Instagram. They can't, but like, you can though, you know, like if like your kid's being bullied to like within an inch of their life, like, you can take those devices away and you can, like, you know, move to a new area and like, reset his IP address, like he's like, all right, new role, like chief, like we're gonna get you a fucking like a social media counselor. We're going to get you a whole new vibe. Like when we go to your new school, you're going to roll in and you're going to be fucking cool guy now. It's like whatever it takes. So, like if I had a child, so like, he like first step, I'm going to talk to my kids so they will know that the opinions of other people, that have nothing better to do, but just, be negative about you, that doesn't matter. So, outside of that, I would say like, and if it got still to that point, I'd be like, okay, well, like, good thing, we have money and we're going to go somewhere else. And like, like I said, we're going to get you an image coach and we're going to fucking redo this whole thing. And, like you're going to show up and you're basically going to be a professional TikToker by the time we get to the new school. So, similar to that, I'm like, hey, but the thing is about the average kid is like they're not rich, like the average parents aren't rich. Like sometimes they can't leave, sometimes like the parents like work at some like fucking factory or something, and so like they can't go anywhere. And but the Millie Bobby Brown, she can, because she's a millionaire. So like she could literally just probably be living, I mean, not probably, she could literally be living in like a palatial, like estate on fucking Lake Como, like next to George Clooney. And then like, we don't even know what his kids look like. Like that's how out there he is. It's like, he's so out there on the lake with his wife and kids or whatever. Like we don't even know what they look like. Like that's the type of life the Millie Bobby Brown could live. And instead she's like, no, I want to be in LA and I want to go get my Starbucks. And I don't always, want to have a professional makeup crew that has to like do my hair and my face. And like, I don't always look like, I'm still 10 years old. And I don't really like that the media takes photos of me and then says things like, oh, like she looks like she's 60 or whatever, and so she took time to clap back. You know what I mean? She said, this isn't journalism. This is bullying. The fact that adult writers are spending their time dissecting my face, my bodies, my choices, it's disturbing. So this is another one of the things too, like it's like a Schrodinger's cat sort of thing, right? It's like, again, you don't have to, like, if you address the haters, like it's like she just has bad parents, clearly, like bad parents. Cause like one of the first things that my parents taught me when they went to school, I was like, yo, there's some mean kids there. And they're like, yeah, for sure. Just don't like run from them. You know what I mean? Like, just don't really argue with them. It's like bullies, like, they just like a chase, like they like somebody that they can pick on, and they like somebody who, like feeds into it, so like if anybody bullied me, they're like, hey, like you look gay. I was like, yeah, totally, dude. Like, let me suck your cock. No, I'm just kidding. Cause I was 8 or whatever. But, at a certain point, yeah, totally. Somebody's like, yo, you're like, what are you, gay? I'm like, yeah, like fucking, want to eat my ass, or like, what's the deal? So, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown, like, stop boo-hooing, cry me a river. You're fine. You're fine. You're a big girl. Go take your millions of dollars. Like she's Dave Chappelle in that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like she can pad her tears with crisp new $100 bills. And as soon as they get a little teensy wet, she can like ball them up and get some new crisp $100 bills to be like, and maybe some Botox while she's at it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe they have a point. I don't know. I'm not really, not one to judge, but she do be looking 21 going on 41 in these photos. I mean, maybe that's her issue. She kind of got the Michael Jackson look in this. Like, I don't remember her nose. Like, do y'all remember her nose looking like that? Like, it's like got that. Like that point, like I don't know where that really came from, but we'll move on. Trash move. Well, this one's a little, I mean, this isn't that relevant now because I guess the government got funded or whatever today or tomorrow or something like that. But I tried to fly to Austin this last weekend and I could not go. So I had my main flight canceled the next flight because I had like something I had to get to, so I had a limited window. So I had my main flight canceled, and luckily I was in New York, so I could drive home. But my main flight was canceled. Then the backup flight was like mad late. So then I made another flight arrangement from another airline at another airport for the morning the following day. And then it was canceled, and then it was put to like an even later flight. And then so I had seen a third flight that was available for the morning for around the same price. So I go to book that. When I get it in my card, it's $400. And as I go to check out, it just goes up to $1,300. And I'm like, oh, damn, you know, like this is starting to get out of hand. So what I believe the trash move is just not paying these air traffic controllers. Like, I feel like, you know, this is like very critical. Like, even if you're flying in a government plane, you still have to use civilian airports. And I think like if ICE agents can get paid to go around kidnapping children or whatever, then we could probably pay the people that like fly, that like make sure that like the planes carrying all the immigrants going to El Salvador that first come from California or Chicago or Oregon or wherever, like don't crash into our other planes that are trying to take off that have civilians or like government officials or whatever. So, yeah, it's a pretty trash move. I think there should be a way to like pay those foos, but what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. What grinds my gears is these people flying terrorist flags. Like, so I'm all about not having a genocide in Palestine. Like, you know, I'm all about not, you know, rebuilding the new Las Vegas Gaza Strip or whatever. But I'm also obviously not down for terrorist shit. And it's like, this just kind of like detracts from your message, you know, when you're basically just like, yeah, like genocide's fucked up, like blah, blah, blah. But like the dudes that like went into their country and did some, you know, it's like, it's not really like their fault, you know, like, what are you doing? You know, like, what are you really doing? Like, bad message, you know, it's like bad branding. We'll just leave it at that, you know, and that's what grinds my gears is people flying terrorist flags in America, thinking it's a good idea to help them get their point across about injustices or whatever. It's a weird one, but it's a quick one for me because, I mean, I feel like everybody can kind of understand, you know, why that's just something that can get you going. You know, it's like stop with the terrorist shit. Who knows what could happen, especially with this administration. You blew it. Another big blew it. This one's, I mean, it's sad. It's fucked up, but I mean, what don't I kind of think is funny? But so Shein put a fucking, so they started like a sex, like I think like a sex store that's also, because obviously always been selling the lingerie, but I think they started selling sex toys too, like dildos and vibe. Like they basically just like, oh, China sell a vibrator. Like, oh, why you pay $29.99 for a vibrator? Like China sell vibrator $5.99. So, yeah, I think they started that up, and then like I guess Shein works kind of like Amazon for like pervs or whatever. It's like like Amazon for perverts and like lingerie, like lace peddlers, we'll call them. And somebody put these sex dolls on there that are children. Like they're like literally like, you know, like, because like, you know, you can go to the OG sex store and you can just buy like a fleshlight, but it's modeled up to like an adult vagina. And you can buy, I've seen like these like little tiny, like they're like this big, you know what I mean? They're not very big, you know, but you know, then they're like little butts or like little like latex like pussies basically, you know, and like people like you know, ram those or whatever. I think YouTube's got something about curse words in a certain like framework or whatever, certain amount of time. So anyway, so people get down and dirty with these latex things that almost look like, I mean, they're definitely like children's size butts, but these were actually dolls that looked like children. Like, so they were sex dolls sold on there, and they look like, I guess like the little girls from The Shining, if you've ever seen that movie, or if you remember that scene. So yeah, so they fucking blew it big, because that obviously started an uproar. Like, people obviously already don't really like this China shit, and then now that just slipped by their filter. You know, they're just like I don't see any. You know, like what are people so mad? You know, they're like, oh, like we're selling a little toy, a sex doll. They're just like, you know, look like a child. Like what wrong? Oh, whatever, scrap it. So they fucking removed it. They said that they're trying to figure out the merchant that put it on there. Like, the merchant that probably put it on there, just like, what are you talking about? Like, sex doll? They're like, sex doll? Like, no, this for playing a house. You know, like, this for this you just set up for tea party, and they're like, you gave it a photorealistic latex vagina, and they're like, oh no, that for tea, you know, like you put tea in mouth, like tea come out, little latex vagina. And they blew it, so people are mad. People are calling to boycott them for good reason, it sounds like. I don't know. There's definitely like other merchants to buy cheap Chinese lingerie and cheap Chinese, like really anything. So yeah, I mean, I think Shein's out. Like, I think Shein's cooked. I think now if you have a Shein tag, like you're no longer welcome at like a liberal sex party. And I feel like a lot of the people attending sex parties are like liberals. So like, burn your Shein if you're a real liberal. If you really stand by your you know, your ways. And I guess right wing too. Like, obviously right wing's even more anti-pedophile than liberal, I think. Or like, I don't really know where any of this stands right now, because that Ghislaine bitch is fucking she's just chilling, and she's like a convicted child sex trafficker. So she's having favorable conditions in her prison because of people or whatever, you know, people that may or may not have been her friends in the past, needing her to may or may not confirm or deny, you know, their involvement in her sex trafficking of children's like plot. So yeah. Anyways, boycott Shein. You know, they're Shein out. You know. And people are like calling for them to like be like, who's the vendor? You know what I mean? Like release the vendor name. Like, dude, this is China. Okay, they're gonna release the vendor name, be like, it's Shangdao factory number 89, and then they're just gonna like tomorrow be like, yeah. And anyways, we're going through a rebrand. We're now Shangdao factory number fucking 92. So yeah, those other guys are the bad guys. Like, watch out for them. King Petty this last week was Kash Patel. He like used the FBI jet to go to see like a wrestling game and concert with his wife, which like I saw it, and then I learned in that same time that like he's required to use the jet. So he's required to use the FBI jet. So like because communication stuff, like, you know, it's like he's going to see his girlfriend and you know, go see her in her sing or something, like for this like college wrestling thing, and like there could be a national security emergency, you know what I mean, like anything. Like, I mean, he's the head of the top law enforcement agency in the United States. So like, while he's on the plane to see his girlfriend, or like while, you know, his girlfriend needs a lift from like wherever the thing was to like Nashville, like you know, why have her fly commercial, you know what I mean, though like he's I'm sure trying to still get that schloppity toppity. So he used the company jet to fly out there, the FBI company jet to fly out to wherever the thing was. And then he bounce it over to Nashville to drop her off. I'm sure he probably did some official business or went and kicked it with her for a little. He's just like, I'm here. Like, the thing is that I want to be around her. So like, that's why we got to use the company jet to fly to where she needs to go. And also there could be a national security emergency that requires me to like snap into action at any point. And so I need all these like crazy like telecommunication devices that are in the FBI jet. And so, so this got reported on. And for some reason, he fired the guy who coordinates the jet. And the reason why it was reported on, because like, again, he's required to do this, but I guess he had like talked shit on the last guy, like when you you're the new guy, you got a point to prove. So like, you maybe you make a little jokes about your former boss, maybe they'll talk a little shit, and you're just like, yeah, like the last guy, like I'm like new sheriff's in town, like the last guy, I know he was fucking a leftist, and I know he was bouncing everywhere, using the fucking the FBI jet like he was supposed to do anything that he did to go do personal things, but like there's a new fucking there's a new vibe in town. But my girlfriend is doing this she's singing the national anthem at like a college wrestling league, so a thing, and I want to go, so I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll get back to work or whatever. And he I guess, so the media reported it, and they like brought up his own quotes of him making fun of the other guy. And then for whatever reason, he fired the guy whose job it is to coordinate the fucking coordinate it. So like, this couldn't get any more of just like a scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like he I'm sure he probably just like punched a wall, like a hole in the wall, in like the FBI jet, like, the FBI G6 or whatever they have, or like maybe in the office in Quantico. And then probably this guy like walked in and he's like, yo, I got your next itinerary. And he's like, you're fucking fired. Like, you're done. Like, you're out of here. He's like, and get the paddle, like get the wooden paddle back off the wall. Like, we're fucking paddling now at the FBI. And he's like, well, what did I do, sir? And he's like, you did your job. Don't you fucking get it? Like, you did your job and you posted the flight itinerary to the air traffic controllers who aren't getting paid, so that way we didn't die. But then people found out about me doing it, so now you're fired. It's a penny move. It's a real penny move to do. I don't even see why. Literally, all these people at the FBI were like, they're like, yeah, like, what do you think about this? And they're like, I don't know, man. Like, that dude did his job for like 25 years. I think it was like 22, 23 years. Like, I actually really liked him. He's a great employee, but like, I don't know, man. Like shit, like, you see what we're about here in the FBI 2025. Like, come on, shit be happening. All right, so stranger than fiction this week. So these Australian archaeologists were out fucking in the bogs in the outback, and they found these eggs, these like fossilized eggs of these crocodiles, and they're saying that this species of crocodile was like a drop croc. So they're saying. And I didn't, really get into like the anthropology of it to figure out like how they deduced this or whatever. But they're saying that these crocs like likely climbed up into the trees and then would like drop down on their prey. And I'm just like, this is the most like, crikey, oh my god, like here we are in the most barren region. Like I bet if the fucking Australians could invent a time machine, this is the one thing that there'd be two things. They'd go back to Steve Irwin and they'd be like, crikey, Steve, like we have a mystery for you, and he'd be like, why can't you use me in the future? And they're like, don't worry about all that. Also, stingrays are the best. Anyways, do you want to go back and we need to solve we figured out time travel, and we wanted to get you, and we wanted to go look at these crocs that drop down from trees, and it's going to be mind blowing, so because the Australians, they just love like weird shit, you know, like they do like a day, like a yearly election about a bird, like their best favorite bird. And like, they got all these marsupials, like, you know, running around. So yeah, they just care about some weird, I mean, they're beach people, you know, like every person in Australia has to live like, I think it's like, 10 miles from the beach, or that you just literally like get scorched up in the summer. It's like, if you don't know, Mad Max is set in Australia, and there's a reason for why. Because one, they're prison people, you know, like just right off the bat, they're prison people. They're descended from prison people. Two, they're beach people, you know, they're just like, they don't like, you know, like basically everybody there is Chris Hemsworth, you know, just like, I'm from Perth, you know, like I'm just from Perth, and I just put, you know, prawns on the barbie, you know, I don't bother anybody. And I really want to see these drop Crocs, you know, like if we could get these drop Crocs filmed, like we invented time travel just to film some drop Crocs. So they go and they get Steve Irwin, and they're like, we need you involved in this, you know? So he goes and he's like, probably goes, you know, would probably go back in time, and he's like, oh my God, like I'm getting a crikey, there one is, like there was one in the tree, like I'm gonna go and wrestle with it. And then that's how Steve Irwin 2.0 would die, you know, just fucking probably, you know, like, oh crikey, the Croc's dropping on me, then, and just done, you know. So yeah, it's stranger than fiction to me, you know. It's like these fucking, what even, like how does it get in the tree, you know? Like that's I think the part I want to know more. It's like how long can they stay up there, you know? Like I guess crocodiles can stay out of the water for a long time. So yeah. And also, how do they deduce it? Like, what if these Australians are just so fucking dumb? They're just like, we found these trees, like, or we found these eggs, like clustered up in a little bundle in what would be like the top nook of a tree. And they're like, what if the tree like fell into the bog? And they're like, no, like that would be, you know, like, that makes way less sense than these like that. Crikey, that makes like what path. That makes way less sense than these crocodiles like climbing up to the trees and you know, falling out. So yeah, we're here now. And I was, you know, I had a good movie idea last week. And I think that this would be another good movie idea, like sci-fi. If you need somebody to write it, or, you know, drop Crocs, like coming to you fucking 2026. A scientist finds these old eggs, and then he fucking puts them in a lab, and like, little do you know, they fucking they spread and they multiply like wildfire, and all the cities are plagued with the drop Crocs. Maybe not my best one. Definitely working. The Australian, I need to work a little bit, but we're here now. So what's perf? Fox did like this. So they did some news segment, and they fucking used AI. So like they were like had found some videos, and they're basically just like, look at these people, like look at all these, like I said last week, right? Like, so they're like, I think it was maybe Fox News or who knows what, was just like old people, like it was like our nation's most vulnerable, like children, old people, and Fox News are falling for AI generated content more and more and more, like to the point where like they think that this shrimp making the shape of the face of Jesus Christ is real. And so Fox saw these videos of these AI videos of people being like, yeah, like I'm fucking Mexican and I fucking hate America, you know, like fucking, hey, like I'm fucking here, I fucking want to just bring fentanyl and fucking drink cervezas all day, and like I fucking, if I see Ice, I fucking shoot Ice, like I fucking on site with me and Ice. And they were like, yeah, like look at these fucking Antifa terrorists. I think that was some of the other ones too. They're just like, look at this, and he's like, I'm a fucking Antifa now. Like me and fucking Little Ghost and fucking Little Rider, we're Antifa now, fool. Like, you understand? Like no more fucking you know, Tres Locos or whatever. We're fucking Antifa, and we're fucking gonna start the Mexican militia. Eh? So yeah, they fell for these AI videos, and like nobody fact checked, or like imagine this just like trajectory, right? It's like somebody sees, like, first of all, this is the Fox like reporter like newsroom now. Like they're just scrolling on TikTok and they're just like, what? Like, where am I going to get the next big scoop? Like, what's the next big story? Like, man, like I really love my algorithm, you know? And then they hit this one and they're like, boss, like we got a live one. Like, boss, I got something, you know, like I got a hit. Like look at this fucking, you know, look at, before I say this joke, just so you know, I'm half Mexican. I personally don't ever really care to say this to people, but I've been told recently that my, you know, sometimes I should lead with that for some jokes. So anyways, they're like, look at this beaner. You know what I mean? They're like, we got this, like, look at this video I found on my TikTok of this beaner saying that he's fucking Antifa now. Eh? Like, so, like, and he's like, that's gold. Like, where else? Like, what else can you mine from this? You know, like, what else can we get? You know, and he's like, oh, I got a fucking, like an abuela saying that she's going to blow up a fucking school. And he's like, oh my God, like, perfect. Like, run with that too. So, yeah, so they fucking printed this story, like using these videos saying like, here we go. Like, here's the proof. Like we told you, like, these are the Antifa we've been talking about. Like, I think one of them, he did blood with his fingers or whatever. Like, so then they had to print a retraction and they're like, actually, you know what? Yeah, so we got a little fooled here, you know, at Fox News. And as like the pinnacle of like reporting and integrity, you know, in this world, you know, this of media war, media battles of left stream, you know, left wing, right wing, and as being like the peak, you know, like foundational integrity, you know, news media outlet that has, you know, at the same time, don't actually use what we say. Like we're actually more of an entertainment company than a news outlet because like, you know, God forbid you inject yourself with bleach. Like Fox is not financially liable in any way if like you injected, you know, yourself with bleach after we told you that the president said that you should. But as the peak of integrity here in the media scape, we have to print a retraction and we have to say that it's, you know, it's come to our attention that some of the media we used may have been AI generated and, you know, whatever. So that's perfect for me. That's pretty perfect that they're that dumb. Like, not that I didn't know it. And, you know, I always kind of speculated a little bit on it, but yeah, that's a pretty perfect little moment. You know, they got fooled by the Jesus shrimp, basically. You know, it's just like it's a Gam came to you and she's like, look at these beaners. Like I knew that we should invade Chicago and Portland. Like, maybe don't let her believe this one though. Be like, all right, Gam, like let's get back to you seeing our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ in the shape of shrimp in the ocean. TikTok, like Gam's algorithm's all fucked up. Like we gotta go. We this is all Gam. Stop. Okay, so straight out of sci-fi. I mean, this is dude, we're fucked. Like I was maybe considering someday I might want to have kids. After reading this, I don't know that I do. Okay. This is literal Black Mirror shit. And it's happening now. This isn't even like some speculative future shit. This is right now. Like we're talking live. Okay. So they have a mind captioning AI that decodes brain activity to turn your thoughts into texts. Like, and it's working. So it's like using some type of thing. It's like registering your fucking brain waves and it's turning it into straight up text. So like, can you imagine this fucking new polygraph that they're going to come out with? Like you can't even have intrusive thoughts, you know, like you can't even just like, they're just going to be able to find. And the thing is too, It's predictive AI. So like, I'm sure it could be tampered with, you know, it's like, they're like, scan the president's thoughts, like make sure he's not racist or whatever. And it's just like, beaner, you know what I mean? Just like hard R, you know, it's like, and they're like, whoa, sir, like chill out, you know, but that could be tampered with, you know what I mean? It's just like all the evidence saying, that Trump and anybody in that circle is in any way associated with Jeffrey Epstein is like probably likely tampered with, or not likely, sorry, I'm right wing now. So the same way that that's been all fabricated is the same way that, you know, it would be probably likely fabricated if they use this on the president. But anyways, they're going to just start using this on regular people now. I would, you know, assume we're not far out from them just being like, yeah, so what did you see? And you're like, oh, like imagine this new Mari episode, right? They're like, so you said you didn't cheat on her, you didn't get you didn't give 15 women gonorrhea, and you know, you think that this 300-pound woman that takes care of your entire life is beautiful, you know? And he's like, the fucking AI brain scanner determined, yeah, no shit, all that's a lie, and you know, you think she's a fat bitch. So because this is a literal Black Mirror episode, you know. It's like you're not far from, like, if you see an accident, like you're part of anything, like if there's just like, you know, any, like, you know, political rally or just something like that, they're just going to be able to scoop you up. They're going to put the fucking AI, you know, mind reader on you, and then they're going to be able to tweak the algo. And they're going to be like, so what were you doing out there, sir? And he's going to be like, you know, in his head, he's going to be like, out loud, he's going to be like, no, I was just fucking chilling, eh? Like, I was just fucking chilling, drinking some fucking cervezas, you know, fucking smoking my fucking weed. And then you fucking fools pull up and you all hop out and you're like, fucking prove your fucking citizenship, eh? And I was like, here's my passport. Like, here's my, and you're like, no. And like, and then in the thought, like the AI thought thing, it's just like, I fucking am Antifa, eh? Like, I'm fucking Antifa. And I'm here with my boys, and we're gonna fucking scorch. We're gonna go fucking kill some ICE agents. I don't know. I felt weird fucking saying it because all the AI censoring or whatever. So yeah, watch out for that, dude. That's, I don't know. I don't really like where this future is going, dude. In a lot of ways. So yeah, so like and subscribe. Like and subscribe now. Help your boy get that, that sweet, like, sponsorship cheddar check. Also, you know, big tech, big AI, whoever, you know, like, you know, shoot that sponsorship bread so I can tell everybody to put the fucking neural links in their brain and get ready for, you know, why this is better for them. You know, it's better for them that they let the fucking AI, you know, scanner do this shit or whatever. Okay, so for the tech this week, this is fucking crazy too, dude. This is, you know, it's another one. It's just like, so they've now found a way to treat. And I don't know when these things happen, right? Like when these things go in effect. Like I thought that they cured a lot of stuff a long time ago. Like I read about how, like, you know, they did this drug or they, like, you know, did this or that and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you know, like I was saying, like they supposedly have like a cancer vaccine now that's working in rats or something. Like, so yeah, I don't know when that rolls out, but this new one is like a cancer light treatment. And it just, like, instead of chemo, they just fucking like basically like rave all the fucking cancer cells out. You know, you just go in this thing and you're just like, you know, like get locked in. And they're like, yeah, I mean, do you want drum and bass or do you want dubstep? And you're like, what? Like, do I need that? And they're like, yeah, it helps with the fucking, with the tech, with the treatment, you know? So like dubstep, drum and bass, house, or I think I might have even got a little bit of Dead 5 on here. You're like, yeah, run me the Dead 5, and they just put the fuck, and you're just like, and they just, you know, like laser emit like cancer fucking destroying like rave beams straight through your body, you know, and it's just this like reflective like room. And yeah, you just go to party. You know, it's like instead of chemo, it's just you and a bunch of other like sickly cancer people in this like DJ disco hall, and like Deadmau 5 is there, and he's just like, yeah, here's this new Make-A-Wish for you. It's like, and yeah, they just blast your cancer out with the fucking light beams, and then give you that, you know, that sweet fucking sweet cancer vaccine, I assume, so it doesn't come back or something. So that's a tech. That's gonna be the new fucking tech, and that's. I mean, we're cooking here. We're cooking with fucking hot beams of light or whatever. So yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I'm looking for. I mean, you know, hopefully I never get cancer, but it sounds like if and when I do, I just got to go to like a fucking Tiesto concert, and then I get rid of it. They should just put these at raves. From actually what it sounds like, maybe that they'd like, that would be cool. Like, hopefully this tech gets so far they can just replace, like, and they're just like, you didn't, like, you know, like you know how Coldplay has the kiss cam? They're like, we have the cancer cam, like, get the cancer cam up. And they're just like scanning, and you're like sitting there making out with your wife, and they're like, oh my God, like she has, breast cancer. They're like, we can scan it from here. And you're like, she's just like, oh my God. And they're like, she's like, whoa, my, like, and they're like freaking out up there, you know. She's like, do I have to get my affairs? And I'm like, what is happening right now? And they're like, don't worry, like, we have the cancer fucking, like, we don't just do the cancer cam, we do the cancer beam. And they just like line up a fucking, you know, off the stage, and just like, straight onto her tits, you know, just like full, like we keep, like get a close up on those knockers, you know, like, we don't put the cancer cam up there for no reason. And so like Coldplay, dude, like you want some real tech, bro? It's that, okay? It's fucking get the cancer beams at your show, the cancer erasing light beams, you know, and the fucking cancer cam locked in. I think I remember a long time ago I read about how Coldplay wanted to like see if they could power their concerts on people. Like they're like, you know, like we want to be like net green positive if we could. So we got a bunch of hamster wheels and a bunch of bikes. And if you guys want, you know, you could tap in, tap out, and you know, just power our shows all over the world. So you know, they're really doing it. You know, they're really out here doing it for the people. They're out here doing it for the earth. I think they might be the guys for the tech for that. You know, so hopefully that spreads. My last little bit for this week is like, what's good with celebs? You know, like, what is good with those celebs? Like, what, you know, what again? How's the other half live? Like, what are they sipping on, you know? And then what's good with those celebs is they're all mad about AI. Like every one of them is just like, fuck AI, fuck your mother, if she's AI. And like, I just saw this video of like George Clooney, and he's just like, yeah, you know, AI is gonna have a lot of the same problems that real actors have, you know, like you don't really know what's that special thing to like make a star. And it's like, you're a star, you know, like they're just gonna copy you, dude. Like it's not that hard, you know, like you're a star. DeCap's the star, like T Chalamet is a star. And like is little as like, you know, people are like, yeah, like they can't do, you know what I mean? Like I'm signing things so they can't train AI on me. They're like, bro, we already used AI. We quantum computed to fucking run algorithms to figure out which of you, like, you know, left-wing Nancy Pansy fucking celebrities were going to sign these NDA, these things that said we couldn't train on you. And we already fucking trained them on you, you know, like, duh, like, no, duh, like, okay, like, we're not just going to make another ScarJo, like, just like ScarJo. We're going to tweak her 10%, you know, modulate her voice by like 2 or 3 keys, and we're going to call her like Marshmallow. I think that's how that DJ came around. I'm pretty sure that's the exact story of that DJ. they were like, dude, we could just do this with AI. And they're like, but like, we need a guy to be there. And they're like, just get a marshmallow helmet and put it on like 5 dudes, all white guys, and it'll work. And they're like, oh, done though. Done dealio. So, the AI, the celebrities are bitching about the AIs. They're bitching about, like how, and this is, I said it before, I'll say it again. Like, I only know about this because of you guys, like you guys are the tastemakers of this society. Like, you guys are the, like the pinnacle of like, like when some of these people give like a presidential nod, you know what I mean? It's like, it's such a big deal. It's like, like Trump was so mad that fucking, Beyonce was at Biden's inauguration or whatever. He's like, that black bitch. Like, I literally heard him quote say, like, that black bitch. Like, I asked her to do my my fucking inog, and she was like, like, no, you're a racist piece of shit who sexually assaults women. And he's like, well, we'll see. I'll see you in court, you black bitch. Again, these are Trump quotes, I believe, Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on it being a Trump quote. Obviously, I'd never talk to Beyonce like that. Obviously, that's the queen. She's obviously a very, talented and successful African-American woman with a beautiful family. And don't attack me, if this gets clipped up, you know what I mean? If this gets clipped up in a way where I'm yelling those words I was yelling, context is key. Anyways, they're all angry about AI. I only know about it because they're complaining about it. I wouldn't know, who Tilly Swillwood was or whatever the fuck, the AI name for these whatevers are. But you guys are shot, like I said, the people who own your rights, like as soon as you die, is gonna be like, yeah, I'm just shredding that right up. Like, I'm trying to get this Chizak, like, who's really gonna stop me? I'm the executor of his will now, and I own all of the movies. And so, like, you guys are cooked, and, they know what makes a star because they're training them and have trained them already on all the stars. So, like, get into podcasting is basically what I'm saying. Like, if you're a fucking celebrity, like, get ready to do some real work. Like, you're gonna, like, get down here in the trenches with us, like, I mean, like, the real, this is the real hard-hitting media form these days. Like, it's like, if you want something that can't, like, one of the last things that they'll be able to copy, like, because they'll definitely be able to copy, like, like a Tom Cruise-esque, like, action hero just being like, like, I'm gonna defuse this bomb or like whatever. But like, what they can't do is, the comedic array that you get here in the highbrow level of comedy and news that only Headlines Pod with Eden Huff can bring you. So on that note, I hope you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week.